because she did it right. But I wondered whether she was playing herself or whether she knew how funny she was.
You have a point. An idiotic one, but a point.
I don't want to make trouble. All I want is a drink.
Leave it to me. I'll get you one.
Thank you, Mr. Fabian.
Well done. I can see your career rising in the east like the sun.
About the third day, Mr. Ratto said, "That girl is going to be big star." I said, "Why?" "Because she keeps everyone waiting." And he said, "No, she has a quality."
Claudia, come here. You see that man?
Well, I saw this soft, little vulnerable quality.
Why do they always look like unhappy rabbits?
Because that's what they are. I've got to make him happy.
But I didn't know how much will was behind it. I didn't know how much drive.
Signing her second contract with 20th Century Fox, Marilyn was given a succession of dumb blonde roles. To each, she added something unique.
Think of all the millions of people all over the world who loved and admired and worshipped her, really. And yet, how many people do you really think she felt really loved her? Johnny Hyde was one of them. He was a feisty little agent, William Morris, I think. The big company, William Morris. And he was always, at least at Fox, he seemed to be very, very close at hand a good deal of the time. But I think she felt he did care for her. And I think that was very helpful to her at that time. I understand that Johnny Hyde had left his wife and family, wanted to marry her. But you see, if she'd really been the kind of gold-digging, gonna-get-it star of that sort, she probably would have. But she didn't.
Johnny Hyde made all the difference for Marilyn. With his guidance, the name Marilyn Monroe began to be recognized. But he would not live to see her first real success. From now on, she'd have to go it alone. In the 1952 Clash by Night, Marilyn was more than a sweet, dumb blonde. It was a step into the future. Meanwhile, the past was waiting to entrap her.
I have a client who many years ago wanted a girl in a gold bathing suit for a calendar. We had to have it made especially, very short, which in 1946 or 47 was sensational. Well, let's see what we got. The first model that I used was Marilyn Monroe. Lovely. The calendar sold very well, so I have been using blondes in the same suit for the same client for 40 years now. Raise your head a little bit. And I asked her once, I want to take some nudes of her. And she said, no, she said, can't do that. And I said, why? She said, you're not married. So she went to another photographer who was married and did this famous nude.
This photograph provoked a crisis of epic proportion. Studio heads considered delaying the opening of Clash by Night. Marilyn's explanation, she was broke and the job paid $50, gained her public sympathy, and audiences were soon trooping to see the film.
Hey, Nay, look. Isn't it beautiful?
A diamond.
We had dinner last night, Joe and me. We had a fight, and we were never going to see each other again. At 11 o'clock, Joe came to the house and was going to kick the door down. I never thought I'd like a guy who pushed me around.
Always take the man who'll kick the door down. Advice from Mama.
When I was 14, I couldn't wait to get married. I was in a hurry to see the world.
Don't say it too fast, little bee.
Well, I gotta go. I just had to show you the ring.
Peg, wait a second. I'll get Gloria dressed and come with you.
I can't, honey. Joe's waiting. Diamonds make me punctual.
Peg.
Critics agreed that with Clash by Night, a genuine talent was revealed. Marilyn's fan mail took a quantum leap, and the future looked bright. In the 1952 Don't Bother to Knock, Marilyn played a disturbed babysitter opposite a young actor named Richard Widmark.
But you haven't any reason to leave now.
Sure I have. I want to.
But you should be quiet.
It's not her. I've got an appointment. I have to be someplace by 10.
I'll go with you.
Thanks. I don't think that'd work out.
Let's go dancing. Take me down to that bar.
Say, what's the matter with you? You're supposed to be here with that kid.
Then stay. She won't bother you anymore.
You bother me. I can't figure you out. You're silk on one side and sandpaper on the other.
I'll be any way you want me to be.
Why? Why is it so important?
Didn't you ever have the feeling that maybe without even knowing why, you just let somebody walk away from you? You'd be lost. You wouldn't know which way to turn or where to find anybody to take their place.
Reviewers applauded Marilyn's performance, but audiences were surprised by the departure from her usual role.
You stop it now, all of you!
I should have known better. You're not cured.
Don't you say that!
Put that down.
You're just like my folks. You want me put away again?
Talk sense. It wasn't their fault. They didn't send you to that institution. The doctors did.
Soon Marilyn was back playing the blonde her growing public couldn't get enough of. She was on a roll, and each succeeding film seemed to bring stardom closer.
Get out the fire hose.
In 1953, with Niagara, she was almost there.
Would you mind playing this?
Yeah, sure thing, lady.
Kiss.
Kiss me.